Hey, what's up, everyone? You're welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm doing this with great pleasure. I quickly want to share for those who are new, entirely new to cryptocurrencies, and then you really want to know, okay, what wallet should I use? How am I going to buy? How do I store them when I buy them? That's what this video is for. I would like and appreciate if you subscribe to this channel, react in the comment sections, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop amazing instructional videos like this, you don't get to miss out from them, okay? So all forms of buying and storing cryptocurrencies are done into what we refer to as wallets, okay? So in this tutorial, I've categorized all forms of wallet basically into two. You have the decentralized one and then the centralized forms of wallets, right, that people get to use in storing up their cryptocurrencies. Of course, we also have the hardware wallets, but I'm not going to be talking about them in this video, all right, because this is basically for people who are just starting, who don't necessarily need the hardware kind of wallets, okay? So your centralized wallets, commonly, the most common ones today, you have Binance.com and then you have Coinbase.com. They also have apps that you can just download from either your Play Store or your Apple Store, and then you can get to use them. I'm going to be sharing the pros and cons of whatever kind of wallet you're deciding to settle for. Then the decentralized one, are the ones where, you would have your own private keys to yourself, right? A typical example is your blockchain.com, your wallet.mycelium, or you just type your App Store, just type mycelium, right? Just type mycelium. It's going to lead you to where you download that. Okay. And also, if you're using the web, you can use wallet.mycelium, right? Or blockchain.com. Also, they all have apps. So you can just go search your store and then download the apps. Also, Exodus.io. I'm going to share my favorites much later. I'll talk to you about my favorite, the ones I use of all these ones that I've shared. There are, today, in today's world, there are a million, there are several of them out there. You just need to know which one is going to work best for you. And then you want to go more with the one that is well trusted. All right. Trust is very, very important. When you are using a centralized wallet, that's the likes of your exchange, because there are also, decentralized exchanges. I'm not going to be talking about them. Okay. I'm concentrating on wallets for those who are looking at, okay, I want to start buying and investing in cryptocurrencies. Where should I put them? This is what this video is all about. So your centralized wallets are characterized by the fact that they have low cost of transactions. When you look at the overall usage of them, no matter how much funds you have in your account, you can still get to use them, right? No matter how much you're trying to invest, you can get to use them, not just to store, you can get to use them to convert your cryptocurrencies from one to the other. You could go from Bitcoin to Ethereum, from Ethereum to, Tron to BNB, so many like that, and then the cost of doing that is not usually so much. All right. Also, when you lose your passwords on, a centralized form of exchange, you have not lost it all, because most of them will require you to do what we refer to as KYC. That's know your customer. So you get to upload your ID, upload an address and stuff like that. Your email gets verified. They get to get a lot of information from you, and they use this for censorship. One, they use it also to at least know who they are dealing with, who is on the back end and all of that. So when you get to lose certain details, your password, for example, you can always chat with their customer support. After providing certain information, they can help you recover your wallet again and then give you access to your funds. Now, the cons is this. Number one is censorship, right? They also get to, there are businesses that are run privately. Definitely, they will be domiciled in one country or the other. So definitely, they must give certain reports about their customers, just like the banks, report to central bank. It's not going to be outrightly the same, but yes, they are censored organizations. They must give reports, right? So they can close up your account, right? If they find you, maybe, for example, you're doing fraudulent activities, or things they consider fraudulent or whatsoever, they have a rule over your account. They can block it down. They can clamp it down. Also, the government or hackers, can, once, for example, if everybody who is using Binance today, if Binance gets hacked, yeah, you can get to lose your money. It happens that way. But of course, some of these exchanges are also, they have top tier hackers in their team, white hackers who help prevent their system from, getting hacked by the bad guys. And then how can you protect yourself when you're using this kind of wallets? You need to do what we refer to as two-factor authentication. Every one of them, give you opportunity to do that. You can simply download Google Authenticator and then you can sync that up. Not usually difficult. When back in the days when you misplace your Google Authenticator, your account is as good as gone. But recently, from last year, 2 years ago, you now have the opportunity, to still mail them, talk to your support of your exchanges, and they can still help you retrieve your wallet. Now, the final thing that makes the most important difference is this: you don't own what we refer to as your private keys. I'm going to explain that at the end of this video on centralized wallets, on centralized exchanges or platforms. You don't own the private key. What it means is that you don't own whatsoever assets you have on those platforms, right? The exchange owns them on your behalf. Now, let's go to the centralized wallets. Here, it's characterized majorly by ownership, and then the fact that you have absolute control, zero censorship. Nobody knows what you have in your accounts. Nobody is responsible for anything. You are outrightly responsible for your wallet. So in these sort of situations, when you get to lose your password, you have a lot of problem. When you get to lose your private keys, you have a greater problem. All right. So, but it's not that complex. I'm going to be very fair to say, since 2016, my very first blockchain wallet that I opened, I still use it to date. I have my private keys written down in a diary I kept very safe, in my house. You're never going to find it. I don't play with it. You won't even know, right? So it's well kept. Also, I have it stored on certain places, digitally, that folders that nobody has access to on my laptop other than myself. So there you have to be sure that you are protecting yourself in this sort of situation when you are using a decentralized sort of wallet. All right. So part of the cons, definitely, because all the control is left to you, a loss of private keys can result to an outright loss of fund. There's nothing like trying to do the forgot password option or stuff like that. So, you need to have that understanding. So what are the buzzwords that we throw around when we're talking about wallets, private keys, and all of those things? When you go ahead right now to sign up, either you download the blockchain wallet, they require your mail or mycelium, any of this. Let me focus on the decentralized one now. That's more private for you, where you get to get your private keys. Once you go ahead and sign up on their platform right now, maybe after downloading the wallet, what do you get to see? They will send you a mail. In that mail, at the base of the mail, they'll put what you refer to as your wallet ID. All right. Don't share it with anyone. That's why I have, taken out certain numbers from this one to ensure that nobody can know what it is. It is private for you and for you alone. With this, someone can still have access to your wallet. All right. So don't share your wallet ID for no reason to anyone you don't absolutely trust. Trust is very, very important. Then your wallet ID, that's also your wallet identifier. Okay. Then the next one is your private keys. Okay. Your private keys. This will be given to you after you've registered, you've confirmed your email. In the wallet there, they will ask you to write this down, right? You have to write it down. Very, very important. It's not magical alphabets or whatever. This is usually derived, it's specific to individuals. So I've taken out, it's usually if you're using blockchain, it's going to be 12 words or phrases. Some wallet refer to it as private phrase or something. Some people call it phrase words, private keys, whatsoever. Usually about 12 or 10, depends on what platform you're using. You need to write it down. Never share it also with anyone. This is more important even than your wallet ID. So when you share this with someone, when you see any platform online trying to ask you for these details, they are fraudulent, okay? Nobody's going to ask you for your private keys, for your wallet identifier. You don't share them with people, all right? Then the last one you can always share with people, which is what we call your wallet address or your public keys. This is like your account number, all right? You can give it to people when you want to, maybe you want to buy cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or whichever of them you want to buy from somebody. You can always give them your public key, right? Then they send to it. If you want to send to people also, you ask for their own public key or their wallet address, and then you can also send to them. Okay, so before you go ahead to make a choice of any of this wallet, note that this video is not a promotional video. I'm not promoting any of these platforms I've mentioned. Nobody's paying me to do this. I'm only sharing this resource because I know it's going to be very, very helpful for people who are just starting their journey in this space. So this is what, when you download the blockchain app, this is what it looks like. This is what I use on my phone. They still help you hide your wallet ID. So except you want to copy it out and bring it out, right? You have to approve, do some basic approvals, like all these are security measures you are putting in to ensure that your wallet gets more difficult for people to have access to. Two-step verification, very, very important. You need to get that done. If you want to use the exchange, you connect. I connected, but I don't use the exchange. You don't need to use it because the fees there are quite high. All right. So then the account limits, you verify your email, verify your phone number. This is a typical example of your what your public key looks like, or your wallet address. Okay. You can copy it out. You can give someone this picture. If you scan this barcode right now in attempt to send Bitcoin to it, you definitely see it as an address. That's my address. If you're feeling generous today, you can just go ahead and send it. All right. So basically, this is what it is. These are the buzzwords around, your wallet. This is the first step. Should you use a centralized or a decentralized, wallet? It's going to be up to you, but these are my recommendations. In a blockchain wallet, for example, which is a decentralized wallet, you have the capacity to store just less than 7 or 8 cryptocurrencies. For example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think USDT, Bitcoin Cash, just a few, right? You can always buy them, store them in there. It's fine, it's safe, it's super safe once you have done all the necessary security measures that you are to put in place. On the other hand, exchanges, if you are buying, maybe you want to buy certain cryptocurrencies and then you are going to be storing them for maybe a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years, you have a long-term plan with them. You don't need to put them on exchange. Okay, you can buy on the exchange. All right, you can buy on the exchange, but you take them out of the exchange, go create a private wallet, right? That can help you to store your, and then you are in charge of the security of your tokens that you have put your money into. Okay, I want to believe this helps. Do strike the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. It's very, 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 very essential. Okay, see you on the next one, guys. Thank you.